Welcome back to the second video of the day. After having a very good first part of the offseason where we made some very big trades getting Bakhtiari, Julio Jones, and Sharif Floyd, it is time for the NFL draft where we can really just fix up our roster and get some young guys to develop. And so let's go ahead and get started right away with our first round pick. We select a surprising running back, Darius Guys out of LSU. I know most of you guys probably didn't expect me to do this, but I decided to go with the running back because I really wanted to go ahead and keep that two running back punch that we had with Thomas Rawls and Christian McCaffrey. Of course, Rawls isn't here anymore because he was a free agent. He got signed by another team. I couldn't re-sign him because of cap issues. So instead, we draft Darius Guice, a powerful runner, very hard running back. He's going to be one of those guys that really just wears down a defense and gets big yards late in fourth quarter games when we need to close it out. And I want to use Christian McCaffrey a lot in the passing game, and so Guice will be able to get a lot of carries because of that. Now moving on to our second round pick, we address the biggest need on our team, which is the left outside linebacker, by drafting the local guy, Hercules Mataafa from Washington State. Now, he's a real player as well as Darius Guice. For those of you that do know who he is, he played defensive end for Washington State as well as defensive tackle. He can play any positions, but we're going to keep him at outside linebacker and have him blitz a lot. The same thing that Mike Morgan did. We really rushed the passer a lot with him. And Mataafa is really fast for a defensive lineman too, so that can help him maybe improve his coverage in the future, but I think this is a great pick for us. He's a hard-hitting guy, and this is exactly what we need on our defense, an infusion of youth for us. In the third round, we go ahead and select another defensive player, this time Miles Bryant, another local kid out of Washington, the 5'8", speedy cornerback. He's going to be playing nickel for us or in the slot. He's very small, obviously, but he's very fast and has a knack for getting the football. He just makes big plays all the time, and he's really fast so he can guard any receiver and stay with them slot guys. He comes in with a 95 overall speed, and so he will be very good for us playing at that position and might be able to return some kickoffs if we need him. But we will not need him to return kickoffs if Tyler Lockett gets injured, because with our fourth pick, we're going to take no one else than DeAndre Scott. Now, first of all, I know this guy in real life. He plays for CSU Pueblo. Very good wide receiver, has very strong hands. He can do anything for you, really. He played some running back, so he can run the ball. He's very hard to bring down in the open field, as well as he can return kickoffs for you. And he's just got very good, strong route running abilities and good hands, and so he will battle with Tyler Lockett. We are going to use him at the running back spot a little bit. I've already practiced and seen how that works out. That's what we did last season. I drafted him, of course, to start year 4, but we never got to finish it because I only got through like the first 4 games of season 4, and he was just having some big games, making big plays, coming out of the backfield, catching a lot of screens for us, and just playing wide receiver. And so he will definitely be in there, and I think our receiving corps is just going to be really stacked this season, which is very good for us. Moving on now to our fifth pick of the draft, we are going to select Jarrell Sutton, tight end out of Boston College. Now, this is where we don't have any more real players left. This guy's just one of those generic generated players, but I wanted to draft him because we obviously traded Jimmy Graham and we needed a third tight end, and I also want to use him as a fullback. He's a very big, bulky guy, so he can play fullback and he can receive passes out of that backfield spot as well for us, and maybe be a red zone threat. Who knows? We will see how he plays. Now, with our second to last pick, we take another corner, this time Johnny Levi out of Ole Miss. We needed another corner, and this is perfect for us. Obviously, losing Jeremy Lane and Deshaun Shedd was not good for us, and this is big because now we can go ahead and add more depth. He's 6'2", so he can come in and play as the fourth corner, and if we have an injury to one of our main outside guys, he can fill in there with his size and his speed, as well as his arm length, and hopefully, who knows, maybe he'll have a really good preseason, and we will be able to play him more in the regular season. Our final draft pick of the draft is really more of just a depth guy. We don't have any run-stopping defensive ends, and so that's why we draft Anton Mitchell out of FIU. Right end, he's going to be wearing number 9, and hopefully he can just come up with a lot of run stops. He's not much of a pass rusher, but that's fine. We are absolutely loaded with pass rushers this season, and I just needed to get someone that could really stuff the run and fill in gaps, and he seems like the perfect fit for that. We're going to go ahead and take a look around the league, who else drafted some players. I only added a few more real players to the draft. Really, those were the top guys. And the first overall pick went to the 49ers, and they took Mike McGlinchey, a left tackle. I don't really know why they did that, but I mean, that was their choice. I didn't change the position. They should have went with quarterback, but they go ahead and get themselves a franchise caliber left tackle. The Rams, with the second overall pick, I guess they gave up on Jared Goff because they went ahead and drafted Lamar Jackson, the former Heisman Trophy winner. He still needs to work on his arm and just his accuracy and overall reads, but he's a very good running quarterback. He's going to come in at 79 overall with 91 speed and 92 acceleration. Absolutely blazing speed. He can get down the field and run for you. And so that'll be very tough for us to probably guard this season. We'll see how that goes for us. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the 3rd overall pick and see who was selected there. And the Jets go ahead and go with Minkah Fitzpatrick, corner out of Alabama. Thought they would have gone with a quarterback, but they obviously don't do that. And Minkah Fitzpatrick is just, he was the all-around best corner. Could have been maybe even the 1st overall pick. He's just that good. He can play safety for you, basically all 4 of the spots on the defensive back position for you as well. Now moving on to the 4th overall pick, and the Cleveland Browns select Ronnie Harrison, another Alabama player, this time strong safety. They also went ahead and took a right tackle with the 10th overall pick. But Ronnie Harrison is going to come in as a hard-hitting safety, a lot like Cam Chancellor. He can just lay the boom on you, and the Browns really get a good player there. The Panthers, with the 5th overall pick, take a player I really wanted to draft, but he obviously wasn't available for us, and that's Derwin James, strong safety out of Florida State. This guy he's a lot like Jabril Peppers last year. He can play so many positions for you, linebacker, safety, both safety spots, probably all 3 of the linebacker positions. I mean, this guy can do anything for you. And then with the 27th overall pick, Josh Rosen is selected by the New Orleans Saints. They go ahead and get themselves a quarterback of the future. Very good player, most NFL-ready QB. Of course, there's still no Sam Darnold being heard, surprisingly. And this is the only quarterback taken in the 1st round. So I guess the teams really didn't feel like they had any quarterbacks that could be chosen high. And so the Saints get themselves a guy with the 27th overall pick. And then the Vikings, in the 2nd round, draft Sam Darnold. This guy dropped. I mean, he was highly touted as probably the best quarterback in the draft this season, but I guess a lot of picks and some decision making made him drop into the 2nd round. And so the Vikings get themselves a good quarterback for their future. They still have Teddy Bridgewater, I believe. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the schedule now for the Seahawks before our next episode will be preseason week 1. And so we're going to open up the season. The preseason is the same schedule, by the way. It's the same thing as last year. We're going to open up week 1, though, against the 49ers at home. Then we play the Chargers at home, the Cardinals at home, and the Chiefs at home in week 4. So we have 4 straight home games. Kind of surprised, and I don't really like it that way because I want to have most of my home games near the end of the season when we can make that really big playoff push. But these first 4 games are not going to be very easy. Well, rather, week 2 through week 7 aren't going to be easy. We still play the Cardinals in week 5, so we really have the Cardinals almost back to back, and then we play the Raiders in week 6 on the road, and the Falcons in week 7 on the road before heading into our bye in week 8. So week 2 through week 7 are going to be some tough games. Those are all playoff caliber teams. Very tough for us, but hopefully if we can come through with that stretch with at least, at most 1 loss, and I think we're really set for the rest of the year. We're going to play the Lions, though, in week 9, coming off of our bye week at home. Then the Broncos on the road, then the Rams at home, then the 49ers on the road, and the Rams on the road as well. So almost another back-to-back game with the Rams. Then we're going to, in week 14, play the Packers at home, the Bears and the Vikings on the road, and close the season out against the New York Giants. All in all, tough and good schedule at the same time. I hope you guys enjoyed, though. Next episode is going to be week 1 of the preseason. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. God bless every single one of you guys. It's Arnett here, and I'm out. Peace.